Hello everyone, this is Endgame Arts with another unboxing and a breakdown of the demo. This is Croixleur Sigma. Hopefully I'm saying that name right. I'm pretty sure I'm not. But to start off, this is a limit run release, so sadly there is no more physical run releases anymore from Limit Run. So you would have to go through a third party to get a physical copy of it. But I will still leave links to Limit Run in case you're interested in the site. To also state, there seems to be other versions to buy as well. You can get a Steam version as well, but it looks a little outdated on a Steam page. But by my understanding, they have updated the game to this version you see here. As well as there is an import Asian version available. But from my research, it seems to support VR, as well it looks a little different. I do not know if that Asian version is the same version as this game here, because there's no inkly information on the case or anything I could find about this version, the Limit Run version that supports VR. So go in that one with a little bit of ease and find out a little bit of information if that one supports English and what's its difference between this version. As well, there were no updates for this game, so that since the making of this video, so that would indicate that all updates are on the disc, which is a huge plus. Also, I found this a little bit odd, but Limit Run's casing is actually wrong again about information. The game says it only supports one player when actually you can play two players locally on one screen together. There's offline two-player support. The game has no online, even though it kind of gives an online connection for ranking boards, but there is no like playing online, like going online and playing with a friend or something like that. But there's offline co-op. I find this a little weird that Limit Runs also again has messed up on the casing. So again, let you know there is offline support. As long as you see that indicator at the bottom right of the game, that game mode supports local co-op. Okay, now to the game. This game is more of a hack and slash speed arcade kind of style game. Funny enough, the game's controls were a little wonky when I first went into it, so I recommend going to the default settings and changing it to, if you might want to be more comfortable, look at my default settings, my custom settings I set up for my gameplay. It just seems a little bit more faster, more fluid for the gameplay. As well as I noticed the camera speed was really slow. They had it like at 50. I bumped that up to 100, so that made my camera a lot better. But as you can see, there are several kind of equipments in the game. These mostly are just little bonus like things that allows you to get more MP dash, where you're dashing and stuff like that. Doesn't use up less MP, as well as there's special other items that allows you to get more money, as well as able to give you a little bit more speed and give them more swings. All these little outfits give you a little bit of a bonus in your stats, but overall, they're just a little bonus thing item. I don't enjoy the fact that the appearances are slapped on. There's no way to turn it on or off. But, like I said, I don't want to see my character with a bunch of crowns, cat ears, and a cat tails and stuff like that hanging off of her. It just portions it. But the overall gameplay is fast, fluid, and very surprisingly smooth. It's actually quite addictive. I actually found myself really enjoying the overall gameplay. The overall game is just, like I said, a very fast hack and slash, build up an arcade score kind of system. And I could see how this maybe was also an arcade cabinet kind of game. It definitely has that vibe. There's several game modes and styles, but the game is just mainly just focuses on hordes of enemies locked in a little ring, and you're trying to survive as long as you can. That's often when I find myself playing is dungeon mode or survival mode. Story mode allows you to unlock a few weapons and stuff like that, but it's not really all that interesting. But it is still there, and I often actually found myself enjoying all of the three characters. I spent so long trying to unlock the fourth character, I could never unlock her by the time I could make this video for you guys. So we'll just leave that as an extra bonus for you guys to see if you guys can unlock her. But the three characters I played all have their own little bonuses and stat changes. Like one has it's just an all-around balance. The other one's a hard hitter but uses up more MP. The other one is slow but uses less MP. That one's my particular favorite. But I like the little animations and cartoon kind of style with it. Now, I'm not a big fan of 3D anime, but this is not too bad. As well, it's not too much about fan service, which I found that a little bit of nice to see from it. I mean, there's a few panty shots but it's not like so vulgar that it's like in your face. It's usually when she gets hit up in the air, or you get the cameras at the right angle. So I appreciate that it's just not obligatory in your face with constant fan service. I found that a little bit of ease. But the problem with the main game is that it can get really repetitive pretty quickly. Because there's only a good handful of kinds of enemies, and you're going to be fighting those same enemies a lot. as well as that there's just certain other things that really just didn't mesh well to me, like the leveling up system, which to this day I still can't figure out what the point of me leveling up is, because you feel like you're leveling up, but as you go deeper the enemies get stronger, so I don't see how leveling up really had a really impact on the overall game. It's just, and even the tutorial doesn't even really explain what a level up really does. You'd think it makes you more powerful, but you don't really notice more power, you just notice the enemies are tougher. As well as that, I kind of find it a little annoying that your co-op partner, which is controlled by an AI, or you can have a friend playing with you, it is a little annoying that their moves can hit you and disrupt your attacks and maneuvers, so that can be a little frustrating as well. As well as just, there's just not a lot of substance to the game. The overall concept of the game is quite interesting and quite fun, but there's just no substance to the game. It gets to the point where you're definitely going to be doing the same thing over and over and over and over. I like the idea, don't get me wrong. I think this game has a great foundation for a good design and could come to become something that I would even be intrigued to play more of. It just needs to build up more, get more ideas, probably more enemies, better story, a little bit more environment variety, and so on and so forth. This is actually not a bad game to have on your shelf, and I'm actually was pleasantly surprised with this game. I actually found myself addicted to it quite oftenly and coming back to it and to play and unlocking more stuff, upgrading my weapons, as well as just having fun. And that's kind of what the point of a game is, just to come back and have more fun with it. I was pleasantly surprised with it. I think this game has potential to be in something more, but the developers need to step back and try to grow from what they've learned here. As well as, I think, as I said before, the camera controls and stuff like that were a little wonky at first. As well as that there are certain little maneuvers, like your special moves are helpful, and it's interesting you can build up combos and designs with it. But I think that sometimes it's a little aggravating that some leave you quite open and you do not want to use it. Because there's just so much on the screen and so many enemies, you cannot slow down. So, in my opinion, this is a good game. It's going to be hard to get a physical version, as you can see, it's from Limit Runs. But it is one of the few Limit Runs that I would say it's definitely one to look for if you can get one. So, like always, I will leave links down in the description if you're interested in a copy. Hit that like and subscribe button if you want to see more videos from me. And I'll see you guys on my next episode. Bye-bye!